Let's really talk about it.
That was it right there. Okay, wait. So now, as much as this is not our burden to carry. This is not our burden to fix. We did not start this problem, but yet here we are. Like, even though it's not, yes, via Naya's grandma. Yes, yes, yes. Now, even though that this is not our problem to fix, what are we gonna do? What can we do? Because a lot of people want to know that. What can we do ourselves to make sure that this is like, because we can't let this go now. We can't just let it be. Oh, okay, this is happening for this month of March or whatever March, this month of May, and then next week it's over. It's not cancel culture. This is different. This is a whole different thing. I know y'all can see that there's something changing here, and we need to have that continue going. So I want to know what y'all think.
All right, I want to start first. So right now you can sign petitions, you can donate to the different causes. I know the Floyd estate has this big GoFundMe, and they've already raised, I think, more than 1.8 million. Or I don't know if it's completely right on the numbers, but they did raise a lot of money. I also know you can even call the DA's office to, like, speed up the process. You could call up their mayors, and it shouldn't only be for George Floyd. That's what I want to emphasize, because it seems like George Floyd is now, like, the big poster for Black Lives Matter and for police brutality, even though we should really be classifying it as murder. But I feel like he's not the only one you should be paying attention to. Like, there's things happening to people across the country, even in Canada. Regis Korchinski, she's just now getting attention when they threw her off that building. And yes, her family said they didn't want any protests, but at the same time, why are we now bringing her up when we should have been bringing her up the same way George Floyd should have been brought up?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the only reason that a lot of the names that get brought up when it comes to Black Lives Matter and these hashtags that we create are all because it's on social media, and it's like we have video evidence of recordings. Because let's think about it. For all the Black people that get murdered that we don't have hashtags of, that we don't see on like video recordings and stuff like that. Like, there's so many more other people that we just don't know about and will never get justice. And it's sad. It's very sad, and it's sickening to me. Like, I don't understand, why do you, as a police officer who has the authority to protect and serve, and you have that duty, I don't understand, why do you feel the need to sit here and murder somebody in cold blood just for your own personal vendetta because you're a racist? I don't get that. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know all cops aren't bad, but when it's like, let's say you have 10 bad cops that are just outright despicable and disgusting, and you have 1,000 good cops. And those good cops aren't doing anything to stop those bad cops. You don't have 1,000 good cops. You have 1,010 bad cops that won't do anything to save anybody. Go ahead, Anaya.
Saying all cops are bad not necessarily implies that literally all cops are bad, but they all benefit from a system that works against us. So saying all cops are bad is like when people say people say Black Lives Matter. People are not saying Black lives only matter. People are saying Black lives matter too. When people say all cops are bad, they're saying the cops that work against us, they're bad. But the other cops who sit there and watch and do nothing are also bad too.
I'm sorry, I just realized like how long, like we was in like 10th grade, Jordan Lucas made I'm Not Racist. And then even before that, there was Trayvon Martin and all these things like I know that there's older people who have like experienced this type of stuff before, like way more than we do, but this is like, I don't know, it's just all like hitting me now that we're just fighting and we're still fighting. And it's like, that's why people say they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, because this is exhausting, and I'm only 18, so what am I really sick and tired of seeing killings in like how much killings in this 1 month?
And
we're also like
to say that is like, is not that frequent, but it really is. And not everybody gets murdered. Some people just get assaulted. Some people just get verbally harassed. Like it all affects us whether we are in that situation or not. Like emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Like even for us to go out as a group and hang out and go down to Manhattan, we know that there's like a certain risk that the police officers might harm us in some way. That's something Black people have to think about every day. So for some people to come and protest my protest, like it doesn't make no sense. Like you don't know what that's like.
Jordan Lucas has a line in the I'm Not Racist. It's like, just because I wasn't a slave doesn't mean that I'm not affected by the history. And I felt that because, like you said, Kaya, I'm only 17, so I haven't really experienced that much. But the fact that I have to think about that my grandmother experienced segregation, my great grandmother was a slave, like all this type of stuff it's built up and it's passed down generations. It might not be the immediate feeling, but I still have all that like passed down aggression.
And even if your family wasn't born in America, as soon as they get here, just the discrimination is so prevalent in the workforce, in universities, in high schools. Like the difference between a high school in Lower East Side or the Bronx is totally different from a school in Soho or a school out in like Flushing. Like it's completely different. So you can't say because we weren't directly enslaved, we don't feel that. I feel discrimination every day of my life. Whether I was born here, whether my parents slaved here or not, like we all go through our own little microaggressions, and that's the problem. Nobody speaks about it. We just deal with it and manage with it until it gets to a boiling point, and then these riots are the boiling point.
People on Facebook, there are a lot of Africans who like, oh, I'm glad I'm not American. Like I'm glad I'm not from America because I don't get to experience this. Honey, you think they're gonna ask you if you're from America? They see your black skin, you're black. It has nothing to do whether you're from the next country, sweetheart. You're in America now. You're just black, literally. You think somebody's gonna arrest you and they be like, yo, where are you from? Oh, you're not from America? You good to go. You good to go. No, honey, that's not how it goes.
I feel like as immigrants and like first generation or second generation Americans, it's like they try so hard to distance themselves from the Black people who've already been here when we should be considered together. Like yes, I'm African and we have our own different cultures and we have our own different ways of living, but it's because of the African Americans who paved the way that I'm even able to be here. And for us to go back and disrespect them and be like, this is not my problem. I don't have to deal with this. If I just keep my mouth shut and do what I have to do and work and go to school and just stay educated, this will never touch me. When that's not true. When that's not true. There's this case of this Muslim African man who just got murdered by the police. Did they ask whether he was an immigrant or not? Did they ask whether he was from here or not? No, they did not. And now his family has to deal with this huge loss in their community.
You guys said that all beautifully. Before I even try to wrap it up, does anyone else have anything else to
add? Remember the numbers 1312, aka ACAB. Also, fuck 12, fuck Donald Trump. You can all suck my dick. Not only, but Donald Trump.
But you know, TM, white people TM.
Like remember these words, suck my dick.
So, what I want us all to take from this is that even if no one else is gonna hold this up, the people that need to hold this up is up. It's up. Wow, the people who need to hold this up is us. All right, we need to celebrate Black excellence. You see a Black person on your For You page, like them, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know they struggle. You helping them out. All right, we're helping each other out. Matter of fact, as a community, we're gonna if they don't want to let us up, we're gonna force our way up. Same way with these riots. Same way with things. They're gonna know. They're not gonna silence us anymore, y'all. We're here and we're Black.
Can I say something about that though?
Go ahead.
I feel like as Black people, we should really delete the app TikTok. Because I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you go and make a TikTok and you put the hashtag Black Lives Matters or George Floyd or Justice for da 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 da, it's not gonna let you put that hashtag there. Like it's literally gonna try to block it or change it or do something like that. And it's like it's getting to a point where it's disrespectful and it's just completely arrogant and it negates and just it's a mess and it negates the whole fight that we're standing for. Like, and I feel like if we're gonna keep putting money in these people's pockets, we need to do it with somebody that respects us and somebody that not somebody that understands us and loves us, but the bare minimum is just respect at the end of the day. And if we don't have
like,
that, why am I supporting you?
You also have to understand TikTok is a Chinese company at the end of the day. They never tried to promote themselves as oh, we're inclusive. If anything, it's the Black people who got on the app who made TikTok inclusive. It wasn't the Chinese company. They never tried to care about us. They never tried to actually be with us. It's the Black people who came and the other minorities who tried to make it more fun. Because let's be honest, before the Black people, who was really on TikTok like that? Nobody.
Anaya, you want to unmute your mic first? Okay, there you go.
Okay, I have two
TikTok.
2 questions. She froze. You're frozen.
Or is she frozen?
She's froze home. Anaya, we do not understand what you're saying. But until Anaya unlikes, I'm gonna say if anybody's out there, go ahead, make a Black TikTok for us. All right, that's all we, Anaya, go ahead now.
Hello?
But you're like definitely still frozen. Leave and come back. Oh no, you're good.
You gonna have to do a lot of editing, Kaya.
Wait,
It's alright, I'm used to it.
Can y'all hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. What I was saying was TikTok is 100% racist because they came out and said that they shadow ban Black creators on the app. They shadow ban if you're ugly, if you're Black. If they discriminate against all minorities. I swear.
That explains my entire channel.
What did you expect?
I'm gonna change my profile picture to somebody else. It's not me.
Like Asians, not all Asians are racist, but it's like, how are you a minority and also discriminating me?
They ain't a minority in their own country.
When Black people work together to like. It's just so funny how Black people were the first ones to stand up and be like, "Oh, this is not right. Don't call it the Chinese virus. Don't call it this. Don't call it that. It's not their fault. That's racist." But then the Africans in China, they're the same ones being discriminated, not even allowed to go in restaurants, or they're getting kicked out of their homes, living on the street, and they're also getting beaten by some of these Chinese people. How are you a minority asking for equality if you're the same one discriminating people who look like me? Like, I'm just confused.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think it's genuinely because they think they have white skin that they're entitled to be like up where the white people are, and it's not like that. Because at the end of the day, you may have white skin, but white people will never see you as one of them ever. Like, to them, you're just like one of us. Like, if you're not white, to them, it's not happening.
And it's definitely not all Asians, but it's like, even if it's not all Asians, the Asians who don't feel that way, I feel like not enough of them are standing up, which is also a problem.
Exactly.
Anaya. Come back into this. There you go.
Okay. Everybody mute your mics right now and let me talk right now. Okay. So back to Kaya's first point, like when she was wrapping it up, how she says that the Black community needs to unite and fight against everything that's going on. I feel like there needs to be inclusive of every Black person, because I feel like as minorities, we shouldn't discriminate against other minorities. Like Erica said, if you're Black Lives Matter, you can't be transphobic. You can't be anti-LGBTQ+. For what? How are you going to discriminate? For what? So if we're going to fight over a heterosexual man's life, fight over a trans Black man's life, fight over a gay man's life, fight, period. Because no matter what they identify as, sexually, what they religion is, they is still black at the end of the day. So you need to fight for them as you will fight for a heterosexual male. And heterosexual males need to fight for women as we fight for them. Because I don't hear not one male Breonna Taylor. Please.
I'm gonna send you guys one more video just to make your spirits feel just a little bit better, okay? All right, and then we're gonna play phone a friend. All right, this one's on Instagram. Boop.
I do. All right. I have a son who's 31. I've got a son who's 15. All right, and I have to have these conversations with them all the time. So we're not telling y'all to leave. What was going on up here was wrong. That's why we brought it to a stop. The loudspeaker, the yakking and the yapping. We said pause. Let these people remain here. Let them stay in the street. Let them express their grievances because you have a right to be pissed off.
Well, over there, they don't feel the same way.
That's why I told them to shut the fuck up.
There we go. There we go.
I have no issue.
Y'all need to be like him. What's your IG name, Murphy? Yo, get Wayne on the picture though, Wayne. You need to get that energy to some of your. You need to tell your people.
One at a time, my brother. One at a time.
And real talk. We got in them locker rooms, and y'all need to be fucking them up every day.
You're right. One at a time. Absolutely right.
I want to hear all y'all say some shit like that. I want to hear all y'all say some shit like that.
Okay, I watched the video that you sent on Instagram. It made me happy. I'm not gonna cap. It made me happy. But it's just like, I feel like when it comes to like Black people and being police officers, like when it comes to stuff like this, I feel like it's really gonna get to a point where they have to choose and make a choice. Like, are you gonna be Blue Lives Matter or are you gonna be Black Lives Matter? And a lot of them are gonna make the wrong choice and be like, well, this is my job. This is what benefits me. This is what pays my gas bill. Da 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 da. But at the end of the day, I'm Black first, so I don't know what to do, and then it's gonna be a whole thing, and it's really gonna be fuck the police.
Well, I feel like I don't think that decision should ever have to happen. I don't think anybody should have to pick sides, because if that happens and they have to pick, it's either the Black community or it's the police. Like, if they pick the Black community, then it's like now there's no police and there's no Black people in the police like department, and who's there to check them? Who's there to be like, guys, I don't think that this is okay. Like, who's there to speak
but
up
a lot of those
no
police officers weren't doing it in the first place. A lot of them weren't doing it in the first place.
But for me, I feel like there's still a need for minority police officers, the genuine ones. We still need that. We still need people who's genuinely looking out for us. Because let's say we take out all the Black police officers, whether they're genuine or not, that's just gonna make things worse.
Exactly. If it just becomes all white,
like,
do you think we're gonna get better?
Like, no. Somebody,
it's gonna make it 1,000 times worse.
Decades ago lost their lives to make sure we would have the opportunity, or at least the chance, to get in these jobs that weren't created for us, to have our own. So for us to just go back and be like, we're never going to be in the military. We're never going to be in the police. We're never going to be in any type of authority where we feel it's a racist system. I feel like we need to include ourselves in the system and try to rebuild it instead of just completely take ourselves out of it. Because how are we going to do anything if everybody's out?
I'm not saying take ourselves out of it. What I'm saying is, like, I don't know, but like, it's just, I feel like there's just going to be a time where they have to choose eventually, and it's going to be a fucked up situation. I'm not saying take them out and make them like, oh, well, fuck the police, da 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 da. Like, no. Like, we need Black police officers. We need Black DAs. Like, I know that. That's why I want to be a DA. Like, that's my thing.
Yes. Okay, last one, Anaya, and then next one, because this video's been an hour long and I can't edit that long. Sorry.
Points. Okay, one. I read this Facebook post, and it said that in order to become a lawyer, you have to go through like extensive law school. But in order to become a cop, you need like 6 weeks of training. Some places don't even require a degree. Please tell me why is that? Why is that? And then 2, my second point is, I don't get the concept of racism. Like, I get racism, but I don't get how you can hate somebody off of their skin tone. I just don't get what is in some people's mind. You just see somebody brown skin and you're like, what? And you're
Let's wrap this up. We're gonna play a game called Phone a Friend. Basically, I'm gonna hit a random number generator, and if you are on the phone right now, sorry, you've already lost, which means Alicia and Erica cannot play. But who will be playing is Anaya. Anaya,
By herself?
you have your phone. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. Okay, I'll block out everything else, but you have to go to your 9th contact on your phone, and then you have to call them. If they answer, you win $5. If they do not answer, that is it. Simple rules.
Wait. Can we pick a different number, please?
I don't know. No.
I don't even know this person. I don't even know the person in my contact.
You better start 67.
It just says AHS. I don't know what that is. Pick a different number.
No, we cannot pick a different number. 9 is it. You have to call them.
Next caller. Next caller.
If you're gonna give up this for your little money, think about the Billie Eilish crayons you could buy.
With $5?
I don't know.
I don't know who this is.
Anaya, then they probably don't know who you are. It's fine.
Come on, I'll give you $1 if you just change it.
I'm not changing it.
But she's giving you $5 if they answer. So why would she even take your $1?
1, 2. What if it goes straight to voicemail?
Then you don't win the money.
I hate it here. It was a voicemail.
You thought they caught you. Well, Anaya, I'm so sorry that I'm actually not. I get to keep the money. That's what's up. That's what's.
Wait, what?
Thank you guys all for coming out to the first episode. Nothing really. We're ending, Anaya. Just say bye.
Thanks.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Right?